My God. Sounds like whoo cold. That was cold.
It's a brisk night in the Midwest, but we've got
Okay.
football at Paycor Stadium.
Holy shit, Derek's level 30 in Madden. What the hell? Huh? No, I can't hear you. I just can't hear you, so I'm not listening to. I think like 4. Derek needs to go outside.
To do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line.
Who that? Who that?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he'll get this to the 32.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Throwing. Love. Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave. And he's
You'll be all right over there.
At the 45-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. You talk about this Bengals defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small.
Okay, well that just was glitchy.
It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Rookie wideout. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 21. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Well, they've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flipped it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
From From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Mitchell is in. Touchdown, Packers. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish
Wow.
their goal. They've got to like the way that they started
Impressive.
this game.
Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They defer to Brown to start the drive. Shifts by him. And he works free. And he's free going down the left side. It's
What the fuck?
He may go.
I didn't realize Chase Brown had tank. That's my fault.
His 8th rushing
That was stupid.
touchdown, his 12th overall. And the Bengals are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by McPherson. Up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
That was a little frustrating, not gonna lie.
They'll bring this to the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Love now. A short throw to Musgrave, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
Babe.
A handoff from Mitchell running left.
What? What is it?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's what you were in such a hurry to show me.
Defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
23 yards on the tuck and run. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers have taken the lead. Sly on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 the score. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it as we resume action. Sly set to boot it. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive,
Good defense.
that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's Burrow. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
He caught that? I don't know what happened to my user there, but he caught that? He just force-fed it in there.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind.
Another sack.
Taken down, they got him. Rashawn Gary make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back. This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now Burrow loses the football, and the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back.
Good defense, guys. If he's going to come out and open and send up freaking 7 people, I'm going to blitz his face off. Not let him get a ball out.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get
Like if he's going to come out and open, bunch X nasty.
This is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
2nd and 10.
Good defense.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow in trouble, and he's taken down. Xavier McKinney with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss.
If he's just going to send out 6 people, I'm going to send 6 and be great.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards.
What is the kitten doing? Did you not see her? She's just being weird. She's checking her stuff out. Is that what's going on? Okay. And why is he getting to the inside of that?
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because the drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now.
Yeah, I want to get Watson over there.
That would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
Oh my God, bro.
Yardage should be backed up to the 25. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted.
I don't know why that was thrown so high. I tried to throw it flat and underneath, and it just went way higher than it was supposed to go. because the safety was way over top of it. I guess I threw it late, but I don't know why that was thrown that way. Okay, bunch X nasty. Okay, if I just do this.
First and 10. Here we go. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Start. Oh my God, bro. He's getting these free ass touchdowns over and over again. He's throwing bad passes.
And the Bengals are back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this.
Oh my God, look at all that daylight out there.
You're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you.
Look at all that daylight. Go, Keaton.
Frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well. Because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 more on that one and another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. He'll hit Jackson complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. There it is, the defense waking up after 3 plays that hurt them. Finally, they stand up.
They have a little pride too, you know. 3 straight first down type plays. Yeah, they wanted to make one stick on their side, didn't they?
Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. And the Packers are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Love. That's hauled in by Musgrave for the Packer touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Looking deep here for Chase.
I was gonna say, he's double covered.
Incomplete. Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it.
We just
For the big one, but it winds
smart
up
chase and pray, man.
Now a 2nd and 10.
See if he tries to go yard again.
say it's incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on.
Ken, what are you doing? God. They're insane. Kitten. Out of the kids. Kitten. Violet. Go. 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 God, the parkour skills. She's bouncing off of walls. God.
The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest approach.
I thought that was going to be a pick. Joe Burrow made the perfect throw there.
You got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And into the end zone, it's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Good play, Coop.
Slide for the PAT. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here. 1st and 10, right at the 30. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. This will be caught by Brown. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now it's Burrow.
I just vacated my spot. These big plays need to stop, guys. Okay.
Big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now Burrow.
That's an accurate pass. It's a pick.
But it's incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now it's Burrow.
So we manned him up. Oh, Starks went out of bounds.
The Packers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game.
I should have taken that outside. That would have been a 100-yard gain. I tried to be fancy. Cut it inside.
He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Another run with Mitchell.
Give me a block.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our VCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly
and rode him right out of bounds. 3rd and 2. Here's Love.
Oh my God, Love.
So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now fair catch is called for.
About to kill him.
At the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Wow, draped all over him when he makes that throw. I don't understand, man.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Got a man open, that's Harry. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Burrow looking to pass.
Bro, why would he throw that? I was all over it. I just came off it. He was about to throw it directly to my user. What an interesting play. It doesn't make any sense to me.
When I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
To throw on 2nd and 10.
Wow, great defense.
Rashawn Gary able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They're going to look to throw.
The pressure is getting there right now. Holy shit, guys.
I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came.
Yeah, we're just gonna send.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Catch is made by Harry.
He's gonna fight for it, but he's not gonna get there.
He is stopped well short of a 1st down. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time,
why is he pressing?
down the field.
Now Love. Short throw to Musgrave. And able to get it across the 20.
He's gonna hurry up so the clock runs. There we go.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Try the right side with Mitchell. And just no
Keaton, you need to get on the outside of that, man. There's so much daylight there.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And he stopped immediately there.
There is no room.
No gain on the play, and it's second down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Mitchell. And he's across the 40 for the extra yards to the 43. 85 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations.
Christian Watson's manned up again.
Coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
I mean, like,
They want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's got another first down.
he's got to just stop leaving it open.
Bengals 44-yard line. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They run over center with Mitchell. And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Running left, here's Mitchell. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Give running right is Mitchell. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Packers are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. Now, the PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Burrow on play action. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
All right, that's ball game.
They can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season.
Way too many big plays, like splash plays, I should say.
And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Packers, they have indeed reached a perfect 16-0, but now still one game remains before they join the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to finish a regular season
I just gotta get run stopper leveled up. Babe, go get on the game. My game's done, so we can play now. Luke. Babe.
What?
Go get on the game.
Yeah, I'm digesting.
Digesting? It's been an hour.
Yeah, you're a failure.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna shit myself.
Edgerrin Cooper is insane.
What?
My player, he's insane.